السلام عليكم.
Right. Inshallah, we can start.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi kulli wa sahbihi kulli ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Welcome to another session of Quranic journey in the month of Quran, the month of Ramadan that we describe it as a month of Quran. And particularly those days is very important. Now we are in the day and night of Laylatul Qadr, and it's the meaning or the value of this special night comes from the Quran. So which means that, as we discussed yesterday, we should seek Laylatul Qadr as the night or as the time in which that Quran is revealed to us first time, as if. So we should get ready to, in a way, to be exposed to the Quranic revelation, to take the Quran to our heart, to our mind, and to our life. And that's how we can truly take advantage of this Laylatul Qadr and truly understand the meaning and wisdom of this special night. And that's what we have been doing in the month of Ramadan. We try to understand and reflect on the treasure of the Quran. And because our main argument from the beginning that we have been distant from the Quran, we discarded the Quran, we need to rediscover the Quran and bring Quran to our life. Yesterday, we reflected one ayah. It was very, very interesting. The ayah was talking about the flooding. And if you just look at within the historical context, you will say it's as if it talks about the events in Medina era, but as we reflected yesterday, the ayah provide more universal principle and saying there will be always someone who are plotting against the Quranic message, against the Iman. And we mentioned the greatest plots in our time, and perhaps in the entire Islamic history, is the plots that we have through the knowledge, through education, through secular ideology. So in this regard, that we basically try to see how we can understand the meaning of this ayah and to see what is our responsibility and to fulfill that responsibility. So we had a very, nice interaction on that, and we're going to continue on this given its importance. And for a while at the beginning of the program, and then we'll move to other definition of the Quran and give more example, inshallah. Let's start.
Then, yeah, inshallah, we will thank you very much for this beautiful and concise summary of the discussions that we have been having, and particularly yesterday's discussion. There is a principle that I would like to share with my friends, all of us. Quran is not a book of information. What do I mean? I should not read the Quran as an encyclopedia book, giving information. Quran is a guide, hidayah. Quran is the source of shifa, health, healing for human problems. So when we read the Quran, if we see any news in the Quran, looks like information transferring to me with information. But God is aware of what their plots are. That's information. And if I read the Quran like this, which some people do, unfortunately without realizing the rhetorical side of the Quran and the purpose of the Quran, they say, well, okay, God says, I am great. Okay, what shall I do? He is great. All right, what shall I do? If someone says, I am the king, okay, good for you. Why do you tell me? So we have to look at the Quran. When we read that information, we have to think, why does my Creator tell me this, that He is aware of their plots? It means, we studied yesterday, there are plots, the plots, some plots are going on. Be careful, Ali, Dr. Najati, be careful. Plots are going on. We spent a lot of time on it yesterday, which kind of plots there are. So as a response, we said we will study further ayats to defend ourselves and make these plots or disable these plots, this function, and respond it back and reject it. If you like, how are we going to make jihad against these plots, or the ones who is really setting the plots against Muslim believers? So here we came to this ayah. Now, what I have written, shall I continue? Dr. Najati?
Yeah, please.
You are the moderator. You are here. So the Muslim world needs to wake up and reclaim the universe from the materialist secular scientists, as the Quran orders with its hundreds of ayats. Of course, we have to study some of them. Examples. Now, shall we start with this ayah now? Let's listen to it, inshallah, if I'm not wrong. All right.
ولقد خلقنا الإنسان من سلالة من طين ثم جعلناه نطفة في قرار مكين ثم خلقنا النطفة علقة فخلقنا العلقة مضغة فخلقنا المضغة عظاما فكسونا العظام لحما ثم أنشأناه خلقا آخر فتبارك الله أحسن الخالقين.
Amen. Now, before reading the translation of the Quran, I would like to share a very essential principle in the rhetorical side of the Quran that we should never forget. If the Quran narrates an event, this principle, there are lots of principles without which we cannot understand the Quran properly as it's supposed to be understood. This principle, if a historical event is narrated, the past tense is used as something happened in the past. Now, and if past tense is used related to the hereafter, okay, there are many ayats speaks in the past tense and uses the verb in the past tense, but the subject is related to the hereafter. Mostly the scholars or translators, they say, although the tense is past tense, they say, we will give them, the believers, this, will, they say, because they know that this is the rhetoric of the Quran or quality of the rhetoric of the Quran, past tense in the Quran, unless it is narrated historical event, not doesn't show the time, the tense, shows certainty. Definitely know that it is already done, as if. Be sure, as if it is already done. As far as the Creator is concerned, it is done, correct. But the Quran is speaking to human beings, so he's saying, make sure it is already done. No doubt about it. Investigate, you will see the signs for it. Now, it is an invitation, guarantees the future. But another principle, again, in reading the Quran that we should never forget, if a verb is used in the past tense, as far as the describing the actions of the Creator, it means the same thing. It definitely is like this, present. It definitely is like this, guaranteed. That's why the Quran, if, for example, here we say, وَلَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا, we created human beings. This news, we have to be careful. Past tense. We created human beings. This verse is going to be read by the people next generation, inshallah. But they will say, khalaqna, but we are reading now the Quran, but they are not created yet according to us. No, it doesn't mean definitely we created it. No, it means definitely it is us that creates present tense. You've got to be careful. We cannot read the Quran literally. We have to know some principles. This is a very simple principle and shared by all scholars. No one can, apart from these modern people, some modern people, very few, they say it is the past tense and Allah that created, but you cannot apply it to the universal quality or the capacity of the Quran, because I am reading this sentence which was revealed 14 something, more than 1400 years ago. I would say, excuse me, I wasn't created that time. No, it doesn't make sense. So look at the translation now. Accordingly, we will read the translation. No, it's wrong. Just a minute. We create the human from an extract of clay. Be careful. We create. We. Now, the fundamental elements of human beings are introduced here. It means, what do you call that? What do they call? Let's say atoms, the smallest parts, the main building blocks of my body. Who creates it? The one who creates the universe. He is the creator of my clay, if you like. But this is the simple, because Quran speaks, gives always simple example that everybody understand. It doesn't say, we create the human beings from an atoms. No one knows. Most of the people don't know what atom is, and especially before people didn't know. So clay, it means from it, of course, there are many messages from there that human body is fed by the things created through the clay, earth. So then, look, it is gradually we place him as a drop in a secure lodging. It is not developing by itself. It is not evolving in a better situation. This is the second stage also is done, created by us, secure lodging. Then we create the drop into a clinging form. Look, not the cell itself is independent, the acting. Then the clinging from into a lamp, and then the lamp into bones. Then we again clothe the bones with flesh. We did it. All stages here introduced as the act of the creator. Why we? The creator of the whole universe. Whatever you see, all the qualities manifested there. With my infinite qualities, I am the one who is creating it. Again, manifesting my infinite qualities, we. We clothe the bones with flesh. Then we produce him as another creation. We, stages are us. Stages all directly created by the creator of the universe, God. Glory be to God, subhanallah. Fetebarakallah, fetebarakallah. The best of creators. Ahsanul khaliqin. What? Dr. Nejati, is there any khaliq that God is the best of them? What is going on? No, again, principle. Qur'an speaks to human being and says, as you think there may be other creatures. No. I am the one only creator. So in your view, there may be some other, you imagine some other creators, natural laws or some elements, the energy in the atom or electrons or whatever they technically call these kind of small particles, quarks, whatever they call, the energy in the world. The best of creator means forget about them. I am the one, the only creator. The best means according to you, I am the one who is doing it. Speaking to human beings, why you chose this ayah? Because one of the so-called clever men claiming that the Quran proves or approves evolution theory. Look, human beings are created in stages. Unfortunately, doesn't show that every stage is performed, created directly by the creator of the universe. The very literal structure of the ayah says it. We did it, we did it, we did it. But creation is taking in stages, it means perfect order, perfect pattern. The Quran is saying, don't be misled. Don't be misled, thinking that the pattern is existing by itself. No, by the pattern as if the things are growing by themselves, evolving by themselves, developing themselves in a better way, or also improving their qualities, fitting themselves to the environment. Don't be ridiculous. Everything is under my control, not themselves. That is why how many times we repeat it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No? Yeah. In one verse, stages are told, order, in fact. Pattern is told. 5 times Allah says, be careful, it is the creator of the universe. It is me. Be careful, it is me. Don't be misled by the order, thinking that it is independently acting. I am done with the ayah. The other one is another. If you like to make a comment
Yeah,
or
I think I can.
question,
This is really beautiful. It's an amazing, and there are many points here. First of all, it's the emphasis, that two phrases, that's one word that repeated, khalq. So khalq, I think, is creating. A new creation is a sign of creator's khaliq. So to see something as a creation that can be only done by infinite power is very essential. So here, you're talking about clay turning to human being. Turning a clay to human being or turning a food to human being is a new creation, and this can only be done by the creator. Therefore, the word khalq, I think, here is essential. Now, this is the word, the verse, you see there's one very popular book in which that one scientist would discover the stage of a baby and then later read the Quran and find there is a perfect fit and talk this is a miracle. Oh, Quran speaks all those stages before science discover. I say the real miracle is not the description of the stage, is the very act of creating human from flesh, human from clay, human from food. The act of creation is itself is a miracle and is obvious to everyone. And I think the ayah here is emphasizing that. So that's one thing. The second thing is that when he talks, the second word, he's a ja'alna. So basically, when say ja'alna is saying here, not only the creation is act of creator, the arrangement of every stage is also act of creator. Because ja'alna is placing, is arranging in a particular way from what it's created. So in this case, that the rububiyyah here is involved at every stage, that the negation, a rejection of this causation, the rejection of these material factors is very clear in the ayah in saying, it's like as if it's describing, like if you refer to your analogy of a making, sculpture from the stone, as if this artist is telling you that how I make from stones and make something completely new and shape it. So you could see the description here, as I think is very elegant. And as you mentioned, the emphasis on with na, ja'alna, khalaqna, again and again, it's clearly means that the plot is out there. They're going to tell you this is a DNA, this is a natural, this is a cells is doing that. No, it is we doing that. And I think you mentioned another time, just to bring to attention to those who forget it maybe. Na here refers to the manifestation of a multiple divine names in this act of creation. It doesn't mean there are angels or doesn't mean there are other gods that involved. So in this regard, that Quran is very elegantly referring to that. And I think if we reflect within this principles and read it properly, to me, again, most will look at this stage and say, amazing, the Quran described it before the science discovered the stage. I say, yes, that's true. But I say what is really more miraculous is the very act of creation out there. You see, there's not something happening. There's not something just natural. There's not something growing. There's not cells is dividing itself into the two and forming into the organs. There's not that. This is an act of creation. And the Quran is challenging you to say, you can never do that. And therefore, another ayah says, أَفَمَنْ يَخْلُقُ كَمَنْ لَا يَخْلُقُ أَفَلَا تَذَكَّرُونَ? Can the one who creates be the same with the one who cannot create? Don't you know? Are you dumb? Don't you know from your own experience? Go and look at that. So I feel the emphasis on khalq here as in remind me that ayah as well, that I think is very, very essential. That's what I want to really comment on it.
Thank you for drawing our attention to this. I didn't want to go into details, but again, we have to remember, is an addition, since you reminded us, Dr. Najati. Again, the Quran speaks to human beings and respects the human perspective and accordingly explains it. Quran continues to say, as it says, yes, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ خَلَقَ. First, I know that I didn't exist certain time ago, before last century. So, and then I was created. It's understood. But when it comes to making human beings in the position of Khalifa, no details now, it's not our subject. He doesn't say khalaqa khalifa, he says ja'ala khalifa. What does it mean? In addition to what he said, we know that there was a man here. From our perspective, Quran respects human capacity, that is wisdom, speaks to primary school students at their level. So there was a man, and this man was qualified to be the director of this company. Ja'ale, not khalaqa, in my view. But since every stage is the creation, ja'ale means also creation. But from my perspective, I see Allah created Adam, or here, لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ مِنْ سُلَالَةٍ مِنْ طِينٍ. We created the human beings from an extract of clay. Then ثُمَّ جَعَلْنَاهُ. And then appointed him to a higher position. It means created in a better form to fulfill its mission here in the world. Ja'ala here. So while we are reading the translation, we just may not notice this kind of beautiful details of the Quran. So Ja'ala means in the eye of the people, readers, there was something. He is giving more higher quality, or low for the deniers, lower degree. Again, ja'ala. So we have to be careful. But meaning is the same. I am the one who is doing it. Whatever God does is creation. God doesn't need to use material. The material will be there ready, and God will take, okay, I'm going to take this bricks here and make a building. Bricks, who made the bricks? That is shirk. That is what the causation is, the source of shirk. There is somebody else preparing the bricks, and God is making the building. Doesn't make sense. Everything is newly created at every stage. Brick is created, building is created as a building, brick is created as a brick, and everything is created by God. But in the human eye, there was a brick, now it is becoming a building. Now, I really admire this delicate psychological side of the Quran, educating human beings. Respects them. Let's say the professor is coming to a primary school and speaking to people, doesn't say that, oh, I know much more than you, so I'll give you something. He says, oh, what you want to learn, I can provide the information at your level. That is mukarram. وَكَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. We created human beings an honorable being. So God says, even I. It's a very, very sensitive. Some people may misunderstand. Even I respect human honor. All people, you should respect human honor as well. Never look at look down at anyone. Human being is a human being. Every human being deserves to be treated as an honorable Khalifa. But he may misuse it, his position. That is his responsibility. As far as I am concerned, human beings are sacred. Even the body of human being is respected in a way. So the Prophet was standing up when a, ceremony, a funeral ceremony is going on. It means dead body is taken to its grave. He stood up. It was so interesting. The Prophet ﷺ respected even that body of human being. Human beings are so precious, let alone his spirit, priceless. Okay, I spoke a lot. I'll go further because we have to, I think, rush up. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Another ayah, inshallah, very short one. Hop, I made a mistake. Instead of opening it, I closed it. All right. Oh, Najat Hoja got angry with me and left. It's okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ألا له الخلق والأمر تبارك الله رب العالمين. Oh, well, please don't let me take a lot of time. These are endless to talk. Ela means, of course, there is no God. There is no need to go which far, which kind of. It is an alarm. Hey, watch out. Ela. Isn't that so? Do you have a counter argument? As if. Ela. So here, the translation, unquestionably, because it means this. There is no doubt about it. His is the creation. And that's enough, isn't it? Everything is created by him. No. And the command. What does it mean? Since we are going to, we are studying, understanding the Quran, at least some main pillar principles of reading the Quran we should share. If synonym words, there is no synonym words in the Quran, that's something else. But according to us, Emr and Khalq, we said the same thing. Allah is taking the Emr, how do you say? Everything belongs under his control. Khalq, he's creating it. But if two apparently synonym words are used in the same verse, in the same ayah, that shows that these are not synonyms at all. They are not synonyms, cannot be. There is no synonym usage in the Quran. That is a general subject. When you go into studying the rhetorical side of the Quran with examples, we will talk about it in details, inshallah. But for now, creation, khalq, and amr are two different things. Now, although creation and command takes at the same time, but two aspects of the act of creation. One of them is bringing into existence of a thing which did not exist before. For example, today I am a new man. Now, Dr. Najat thinks that Ali is an old man, older. No, I am freshly created as you are now. There is no difference, Dr. Najat. Okay, but my stage of creation is different, but I am a freshly created creature. You are as well at the same time. Huh? Don't feel that I am younger. Good.
Okay. You're 1 day old.
No, yeah, now, as I am now. Yesterday, I was a different creature. Now, that is the continuous creation that we have to remember. But from another aspect, in this creation, emir, it means deciding how I am going to be today is different from yesterday. How am I going to be now is different from just a minute ago, not a minute, a second ago. Continuous change. So this order side of it, emir side of it, he says command. It means what appears to us as the laws in creation, that is order side of it, emir, is also, does belong to the creator. If you see that, for example, the matter is here, it is continuing its existence in an order. Quran confirms that this order is also belongs to the creator of the one who creates it, gives existence to it at every moment. So two sides of the same coin. One is material appearance, physical appearance. The other one is order side of it. Orderly creation, we call it. Orderly, continuous creation. That's what the Quranic, if you like, presentation of the universe. Orderly, continuous creation. We learn from here. So, Tebarakallahu Rabbul Alameen. Blessed is Allah, pure, with no blemish, no stain, no disorder, meaninglessness, purposelessness there. So he is the Lord of the worlds, Rabbul Alameen. Of course, we have to remember, when we say Allah, what do we mean? Rabbul Alameen. Rabbul Alameen, the one who creates the universe, everything in it at every moment newly. Anyway, Rabbul Alameen. Okay?
Okay, can I comment on this? I think this is, again, it's a very beautiful ayah.
Which ayah is not beautiful?
Yeah. So, Ala lahul khalq, yeah, I think as you mentioned here is in a way to say khalq belong to him alone. It's for sure is from him. Recently I was talking with a friend, and he very openly said this. He said, "Look, I don't have any problem with Iman, and I see Islam is a very logical, reasonable things, but I have really difficulty to, in a way, believe in God as if I can see Him. I don't have this state of khushu or state of yaqeen that I can really feel the presence of God." That's like he was saying. So, and when I try to reflect on it, I said, to me, is that to gain this state of belief, you need to see khalq. Because unless you observe the khalq, you cannot be sure about khaliq. So in this case, the khaliq, the creator, through his act of creation, constantly revealing himself to you. So if you see, in a table, just from the table, you see apple just come out, you're going to say, it must be the act of creator. He is now showing a miracle to me. But actually, those miraculous act of creator in the form of khalq is everywhere. And therefore, the Quran emphasizing this, and I think we're going to reflect later on in Surah Al-Alaq when it says, "Iqra bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq." Alladhi khalaq, that again, the very first thing is that you need to, if you want to see the creator, see the creation, see the act of creation, And that will lead you to the creative. And I really like the way you distinguish amr from khalq. So amr here, it seems like referring to what we call it, the laws, the forces, the energy, the property, the things that is really, in a way, non-physical, but basically it's happening that bring the change and transformation. So that's part, like let's say, I'm looking at water. Water has a physical existence. He is the one create water. Oh, but I see there are property of water like buoyancy. Oh, he's the one actually give this buoyancy to the water and make it to be continuously lift this heavy ships. Oh, that's amr. That in this case, that's if I got it wrong, please correct me. So in this case, that the buoyancy of water is from amr, but the water is surface from khalq. So in that is in this regard that all of those physical things, as well as their quality and change and transformation in an orderly manner, are all from him. So therefore, it's in a way that is emphasized khalq. And then I was thinking, why it says Tabarakallahu Rabbul Alameen? So when I try to link to the khalq and amr, it reminds me that, it means khalq can only be possible when you are Rabbul Alameen, means everything is connected to the everything else. The one who can create one drop of water must be the one who control and create entire universes. So this emphasis here, Rabbul Alameen, basically saying that everything is connected to the entire creation. And the creator who creates one drop of water must be the creator of entire universe. And I think that is in a way that how in this very short, very elegant, very beautiful ayah, you see such, I think you can write the whole book in a way to really explain this.
But Dr. Najati, is that joke, but at the same time, I hope no one misunderstands. You made a mistake. Why? You said alone. Where is alone in the Quran, in the ayah? There is no alone. Now, you are right. You are not wrong. The Quran uses, in its conciseness, if you like, changes the word in two ways. The location of the word in the sentence changes the location, place, shifts it. That is one way of doing it. Another way of doing it, making the out of three triliteral word, khalaqa, yeah, and making many forms of it. And there are lots of verbs in the Arabic grammar. You can change it into 10, 11, even 12 different forms and change the meaning accordingly. Quran doesn't speak. That changes the form of the verb. Or, as it is here, changes the place of the word. For example, normal standard grammar, Arabic grammar, should be ela el khalqu lahu, not lahu al khalq. That is standard Arabic. It is the, again, rhetorical quality of the sentence that Arabs are very, very fond of rhetoric, balagha, famous poets, poems. So that is the only thing the Arab civilization at that time they were proud of, poems. Now, nowadays there is nothing, even not poems, unfortunately. But that time, so Quran uses the word rather than el-khalqu lah. That is very simple, basic Arabic grammar. Quran changes its place, says lehul khalqu. Now, for example, if somebody wants to warn you, Dr. Najati, says, I am telling you, Dr. Najati, it's standard Arabic, English. I am telling you, Dr. Najati, you should do this. To you, I am telling, Dr. Najati, to you I am telling. Why don't you listen to me, it means? That means only to you I am saying. Where is only? Just change of the place. So just says nothing else but only me. Rabbul Alameen is the creator. Where did you get this idea? Lehul khalqu, rather than el khalqu leh. That is conciseness of the Quran. Very simple, very generally practiced this kind of conciseness of the Quran. While we are reading the translations, for example, the translator here, he said his is the creation, but there is no only. Only to him belong the act of creation. Nothing else. That is how the Quran is really excluding, disseminating the elements of the thought of shirk. Like this. But doesn't have any word for it. But it is in it, in this structure. Okay, too much. Let's go. I hope this time I don't make the mistake. Bismillah. Let's see. Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim.
الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض ولم يتخذ ولدا ولم يكن له شريك في الملك وخلق كل شيء فقدره تقديرا.
Beautiful, mashallah. Beautiful, mashallah. All right. He to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, who has not taken a son and has no share in dominion, and who creates everything and determines it precisely. قدره تقديرا وخلق كل شيء فقدره تقديرا. Every precise measurement, where it should be at this moment and how it should be in the next moment, immediately next moment. Oh, Dr. Najati, we all know that, huh? They say very simply, we are living in four-dimensional world, correct? One is length and width and height and time. Dr. Najati, can you show me the time dimension of your creation? Time dimension of your creation. This is my time dimension of creation. You can say, this is my height, it's my height, this is my width. Where is time dimension, Dr. Najati? Anyway, let's now go. These are amazing subjects, amazing subjects. We can never, ever see two moments of creation at once. We are only observing one creation taking place now and another creation again taking place. Past is past, future doesn't exist for me. For me. For the creator, we will study. There is no time and space because he is the creator of the universe. Now, in this example, for example, here, the book has the first page and first 265, for example, and finish. But this guy is still there. The author is still there. So it has nothing to do with the book limitations. It's a completely different existence. So absolute creator. Of course, this is an example. Very simple, extremely simple example. It's a bad example, in fact, that compared to absolute being. So here we are. What does it mean? Look at this structure, Dr. Nejati. I'm going to read again, I love the beauty of the Qur'an's language. So, he to whom belongs the dominion of the heavens and the earth, like, who has, now, again, has no share in dominion, okay, in other parties. In between, who has not taken a son. What is it to do with it here? What is it to do with son and father, or what's going on here? What do you think? So, who creates everything and determines it precisely? Qadar, takdir. Now, that is another side of it, but we are emphasizing on everything measured perfectly, created perfectly in its right position, best position. Baby is the best creation as a baby. Fetus is the best creation, perfect creation as a fetus. Now, ill person is a best creation as a ill person with his illness. For example, cancer cell is the best creation as a cancer cell. Its function is there, right? So when virus is created, the best soldier of Allah functions. The virus you cannot see but kills you and me. Best creation. We should avoid from it, but we cannot say the creation of a virus is bad. Perfect creation, fulfilling its function, measured perfectly. Okay, what is it to do with sun here? Now we should understand that this is the message of the Quran, that God does not transfer, bequeath, they say the technical word, transfer his qualities to anything in the universe. Now, because mother and father has a son. What does it mean? He is going to be a father and mother again, this baby. It means we'll have the same qualities in itself. No such thing at all in the universe. There is nothing who is inheriting the qualities of God and acting as a creator, acting as a shaper, acting as the one who really determines the next stage of creation. Nothing has the quality to shape me for my new creation tomorrow. New creation is a new, very freshly created universe, as I am seeing the universe now, only in a slight of creation. Although it seems to be too large, but as far as in our imagination, this is just a slice of creation. Tomorrow there will be completely different universe. No, in between, from one stage to another stage, there is nothing that inherits the quality of the creator. That is what sun means. In between. So there are some ayats saying that the Christians claim this and this, and Allah says in the ayah, what a strange idea it is. We call it God forbid. It's a ridiculous idea. We may think that he is talking about Christian claim of son. Here has nothing to do with the context. Within this context, it obviously means that, let me read this part now. Now, وَلَمْ يَتَّخِذْ وَلَدًا. Now, we should understand لَمْ يَلِدْ وَلَمْ يُولَدْ, not giving birth or this idea. No. The Quran says, I have not transferred the creator qualities to anything in my dominion, in my universe that you are experiencing, continuously renewed, and every stage, every renovation belongs to me. In between, there is no, I am the king, but this is the prince. It is going to be the king. For example, there is no such thing at all. This is pure Tawheed. That's what the Quran is emphatically teaching us, alhamdulillah. Shall we move to another
Yeah,
one?
I think it's very good. I just want to emphasize one point. I think, as you mentioned, most people, when they read the ayah or the ayah like this, even Surah Al-Ikhlas, they will think Christian. They think, oh, this is refer to Jesus. They took Jesus as the Son of God, and the Quran referred to that. Then, in this case, that ayah become irrelevant to us because, oh, that's about Christian. Their mistake. I don't have anything to do with that. So then, why even I'm asked to recite in the, in my prayer every day? I mean, I don't really face any danger of become Christian. I don't accept that. So I think, but if we take it with this, comprehensive meaning, as you explain, you say, no, God has no son, because having son means to essentially pass on your quality to your son or your kids, offspring, that they will have a similar thing as you have it. And in a way, they look like you, they have the quality that you have, and they replace you. So in this regard, the Quran says, no, Allah does not give or pass on any of his quality to anyone. Like example, power. It's not that Allah actually give a power to anyone and anything. The power all belong to him. It's not like he give us limited power, but he has an unlimited power. No, he did not give us any power. We are powerless. But now, obviously, we seems to have a power, but that's not our power. That's the power of Allah manifesting within us. So I think if we look at this way, then we'll say every effect is from the Creator. Every outcome is from the Creator, is not from the cause. So as long as we give an effect to the cause, we are essentially we're doing this. The causation is in this regard to give the attribute of God to the material things. So, and therefore it's a directly contradict with the Tawheed. And therefore, in a way, we say, you never think in Islamic school or Muslims, educators will go and teach about Trinity. They will say that's wrong. But unfortunately, they have no problem teaching causation, teachings, the idea that the seed can produce the tree. The tree has the property by itself to give a fruit. The eggs can produce the chicks. They think that Allah give it this property to them, give this future to them. Then I think that's idea. It's very, very essential to correct it from the Tawheed perspective.
The time is up, Dr. Najati. Do you think we should do it in this way? We have two more verses to study concerning this subject, and then we will move on talking about actually this one. The definitions of the Quran, but we will not spend not much time on it. And then there are pictures of something interesting, and then complete. Now, we will complete this tomorrow, inshallah, and then the purpose of Quran, Maqasid al-Qur'aniyya. I know you prepared the poll, but shall we use the poll after we finish the related ayats tomorrow? And then in between poll, I spare the time for it. What do you think?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I think we already exceed our
Time is
time.
up
So,
now. So people, of course, today is a special day. So our friends may need time for their own worship and prayers, and we hope our friends include us in their prayers, inshallah. Shall we stop?
okay. Yeah, I think we can stop here. Thank you very much. Let's end it with dua, inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعوانا إن الحمد لله رب العالمين سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون وسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين بحرمة سر سورة الفاتحة.
Thank you very much, everyone, and I hope you will have a very blessed night, and see you tomorrow, inshallah.